I'm Johnny Casey. I'm a policy officer at Practical Action. Practical Action is an international development charity. We were founded by the philosopher Fritz Schumacher around 50 years ago. And we believe that technology is a fundamental way for achieving development globally, and that actually the absence of technology is a key aspect of living in poverty. And like Schumacher, we believe in the use of science for wisdom and not science for power. What I'm going to talk to you about today is our guiding principle, and that is technology justice. So technology justice is probably a new concept for you, something you've not come across before, but we believe is a fundamental way for achieving development sustainably and equitably on a global level. So we define technology justice as the right to choose and use technologies that one needs to live the life they value without harming or preventing others from doing the same both now and in the future. So within that, we can see there are three key aspects. The first is the access to technology, and that includes both existing technologies and also newly emerging technologies and the innovations that will be happening gradually. The second is sustainability, so not harming or preventing others from doing the same both now and in the future. So we can see that, for example, in the use of fossil fuels. The technology choice of using fossil fuels harms people both now and in the future, even if it is a technology that enables people to do things more productively and with less drudgery. The third aspect is participatory and appropriate innovation. So ensuring that the innovations that are being made are appropriate for everybody, and that means meeting the differentiated needs of both men and women and of people in different countries and of people within those countries as well with different needs. So technology justice is quite a difficult concept to get your head around in practice, even if it's quite a simple concept in theory. So probably the easiest way is to look at technology justice's very opposite, technology injustice. So human development has gone hand in hand with technology advancement. We can see that from the Stone Age, creating stone tools, to the Bronze Age, to the Industrial Revolution, to modern technologies such as the mobile phone. But there are many technologies which have been in existence for thousands of years, or hundreds of years, or decades, but which are still not accessible to the poorest and most marginalised communities around the world. We can see that the Romans had piped water systems and sewerage systems. We can see that the light bulb was invented nearly 140 years ago, and yet still nearly 1 billion people live without secure access to safe, clean and reliable water supplies, and that over 1 billion people live without electricity and sufficient lighting in their homes. So those are two clear examples of technology injustices, where simple, appropriate, low-tech technologies have been available for a long time, yet are still not reaching the poorest people, yet could be completely transformative if they were to do so. But the world is also facing many other great challenges. The impact of climate change, which in part has been brought on by technology injustices of using fossil fuel-based energy systems, and huge booming population trends, particularly in urban areas. So we also need to ensure that the technologies which are being developed now and the innovations that are being created in our emerging technology spaces are being created in ways that meet those global challenges and do so in ways that support the empowerment of poor people and are accessible for poor people. So when we think about technology justice, we need to think beyond simply the technologies themselves. We need to think about the wider system in which we live and the wider governance system over how technology is developed, used, created and maintained and innovated. So we need to take what we call a systems approach to technology justice. And we believe that technology justice should be the guiding principle for the governance of science and technology globally. So that means directing research and innovation funding towards the needs of the people globally, and not just the needs of high-end consumer goods. We can see recently emergent things like wearable technologies, for example, which are amazing and can really enhance some of the things that we need in our lives as well. But many of the smaller technologies, small innovations that are needed in those existing technologies, for example, in renewable energy delivery systems or reliable water supplies in urban areas, are receiving virtually no funding. We can also see in health that around 10 times the amount is spent annually on trying to treat male baldness as it is in trying to treat and prevent malaria. It's a clear example of technology injustice. So when we think about technology justice, we can also think about some of the appropriate solutions that might be available. In energy, for example, if we were to apply the technology justice understanding in energy delivery, we would see that for a large majority of people, the common trend of using centralised national grid-based energy delivery systems are simply not appropriate, particularly for the most marginalised and isolated communities and in areas of quite difficult geographies. It simply means that centralised grid systems are just practically not feasible to reach there, and where they are just about practically feasible, they're often not financially viable to do so. And if they are, then they're not financially affordable for the people that live there. So we need to think about different ways of delivering our energy systems. And a great example of that would be microgrid solutions using, for example, microhydro plants or decentralised solar energy plants as well. And in agriculture, we face a growing population of up to 9 billion by 2050 and an increasing amount of people to feed in the world. Yet there's already many instances of people living in severe hunger and malnutrition. So we need to think about the ways in which technologies can actually support people who depend upon agriculture, which is about 70% of the poorest people globally, to achieve food security, nutrition security, but do so in a way that adapts to some of those global challenges, such as climate change. So here at Practical Action, we advocate for agroecological technologies to help them do that, which use the existing knowledge of smallholder farmers and use low-tech, appropriate technologies for agricultural development, which enable them to create agricultural systems which are resilient to climate change, improve nutrition, and connect them to local markets as well. That's just a couple of examples of how technology justice looks in the world today. But as technology becomes more part and parcel of our everyday lives and technology becomes ever more advanced, the role of technology justice in governing how technologies are developed and used and transferred and spread and innovated globally will become increasingly important.